Hi, this video is being done in a single take. I don't have the time to make this a fully edited video with a lot of stuff. So I have a script up and I'm just going to read off a bit, and I'm not going to do anything else. Okay, I'm not going to try and deviate from it too much. Warning, this video is very different from my other content and the direct criticism video for Doors, and a very major issue I have been seeing in it since the first time I've been playing. This video is intended to be seen by the developers, but also the general community to have consensus and knowledge as to know what exactly is going on. You have been warned. I have been playing Doors for a very long time, at least 2 years. I've been playing it since the 6th week of Super Hard Mode, and there is a very big problem I have noticed that has been more consistent than anything that has ever been added to the game: bugs and softlocks. Never in my life have I ever seen a game or a Roblox game have been so buggy every single update it has had. The only 2 updates I can recall that were pretty much bug-free were the Hunt event and the 2024 April Fool's event. But every update after that has been a flipping disaster. Let's start with the Floor 2 update. Easily one of, if not the most broken updates they have ever made. Let's start. Grumble's AI was completely broken. Completely broken. I can make the argument that Launch Grumble was the single worst AI that has ever been put into Doors. It got stuck on the anchor parts, and then finishing D, E, or F anchor would just stuck against each other, and it would get completely stuck and then just turn around over and over and over. Next is performance. The mines did not even load properly on lower end devices like phones. They clearly did not even bother playtesting it on anything other than their home computers. Trust me, this comes up later. Next is giggles. Yeah, you could have just blinded Giggle even when you're far away with a bulk light. I don't know how that managed to happen. It's just like some weird bugs that happened. And Giggle would have just been blinded even if you're far away and the next door's not even opened yet. And when you get voided while Giggle is still attacking, you're immune to Screech, Ice, and Giggle, but you are unable to interact with anything. Do you remember the bug that I've told you about, that Grumbles will sometimes get stuck against each other? Well, that didn't work for the first time. It got patched a couple months later, and then they broke again. For 8 months! 8 months just straight up they collide each other and just get stuck. Content update was no better either. A massive selling point of the update, in fact one of the biggest parts of the whole update, was the new admin panel, which straight up also did not work. Soft locking was more common than the modifier that it had in the hotel, and one of the new floors that can added modifiers, and specifically the ones with locked and loaded and key and make haste in the mines, and I'll show you how, and I'll put it on screen, had to be removed day 1 because it was causing complete soft locks. It has still not been fixed until now. And the admin panel, the next room button, would just completely break, and when you just try to go to the next door, it would just prevent you from progressing, and then when you keep going, you would just get teleported by glitch, and I don't know how. And rank mode was just even worse. You could have just died to dread if you just stay in the basement room for so long that you're too lazy to look for the lever in that room. And one time, this room had to be removed because it's taking too long for players to progress to the next room. How? The knock bomb, golden blaster, and any other throwable props can still hit you even if you are dodging at it. and I just don't know how it can happen. It's like they're just completely broken or something. And finally, the biggest offender, or the second biggest and the biggest offender, was the Great Outdoors update. In my opinion, the worst launch ever for a Doors update. Stardust was most likely not rewarded to players when they bought it with Robux, which was indirect, let me make that clear, indirect scamming. And sometimes some modifiers were so broken, especially with the modified new bonus percent cap, like they had to increase it to 150% instead, because when the update first launched, it just caps at 50%, and this just made players impossible to get Hotel Hell and A Hard Place. And the worst offender by far, the Outdoors event and update that came like a few days ago as of making this video. And then most of the entities in the Outdoors have become a machine gun, because if you enable in the Outdoors, most of the entities would still just kill you. Even if you have God mode enabled, Groundskeeper would just still attack you when you have God mode enabled when you touch on grass, and monuments can just walk straight up to you and attack you when even with God mode enabled, and Bramble would just catch players and punch them, and even with God mode enabled. However, the spikes just doesn't damage players with God mode enabled. I have listed all of these to remind both of the community and to the devs that your game is not stable, and it never has been. The game is clearly not being tested for anything other than PC, as mobiles and consoles usually just get bugged, and it is genuinely not funny. If you want to have a game and launch a really major update, just fix these bugs immediately. Do you remember the Outdoors entities that these monsters can still kill you even with God mode enabled? Yeah, those have been in the game for days and have not been addressed at all. You know what was addressed though? The hotel minus lobby bug that happened in the content update. That was apparently a #1 bug that had to be fixed. But these can stay in the game for a while. You know what they're focused on instead? They're focused on working on the overhaul and flipping item skins. Why are they not fixing the game? I would not complain if these bugs were rare, like if it was every blue moon and update release a buggy. I would not complain, because that's normal. The problem is that these bugs happen so consistently. Every single update, including minor updates and hotfixes, this happens. It has been this way since practically day one, and they act so surprised whenever it happens. I'm almost confident that playtesting is not done on these updates, or it is done for only a couple hours, because there is no way that all of these bugs could get past when they are this common. Doors devs, please listen to me, because I have a potential solution, or at least something that could at least help. Do not use the same people to playtest your game over and over and over again. This happened with a bunch of different games, not just Roblox games, where they have used the same game playtesters for updates and for games, and it has led to playtesters getting really good at the game and making seeing that the playtesters get good. A lot of parts of the game get harder so that the playtesters can feel more of a challenge, but because they were already good, the challenge gets blown out of proportion, and things like God mode happen, where you can just really tell it was designed for entities, the playtesters they were using, and not general public. If you want to get these bugs fixed, do public playtests. Forsaken does does public playtest on very rare occasions, and that is how they end up with very little bugs on launch. They do end up with bugs, however. I'm not saying they don't. Some of them are bad, but none of them are nowhere as bad as the Doors updates and just the sheer quantity of bugs that happen in them. And secondly, if you can't do public playtest because you don't trust people not to leak, hire bug testers. Dedicated bug testers whose entire job in your dev team is to play your game and play certain parts of the game and test for bugs. There are people who do that, and people would love to help you guys bug test your game and make it better. I just don't know why they aren't doing it. Models can wait, bugs cannot. Maybe you obviously have the money to hire 2 modelers to work on item skins, so you have the money to hire at least 1 bug tester. I know this video has seemed very harsh, and it partly is. I'm very annoyed right now, but I am very sick of having to go onto Doors every single day and know that there's a high likelihood that a soft lock or a bug will happen that will make progress impossible in that run, and I will have to reset, wasting a couple minutes of my day almost every single day. I just want this video to kind of be an eye-opener for how unstable this game has been, because not most of the people know. Most of the people who play Doors now have not been playing as long as I have, and a lot of them probably didn't even know half of these bugs happened, or still happen and haven't been in the time frame at which they were fixed. I'm just making this video as an eye-opener to kind of tell everyone this game is highly unstable. If you guys want, and to close it off, if Doors devs, if you guys want to make better updates, please spend at least a couple of days or weeks bug testing, like exclusively, because the past updates have only been a couple days, like 1 or 2. That is not enough. You need to make sure that your game is running correctly, because if an update releases relatively bug-free, that will attract more people because it'll look good. Trust me on this. Anyways, that's all I got to say. Please leave additional notes, comments, or criticisms down in the comment section below, because I definitely know that a lot of stuff I have said is either going to be controversial, or has been, or I've missed some stuff. So yeah, just say anything in the comments you want to say. I will not delete or hide your comments unless they're directly rude. And I'll try to promote this video to everyone if possible, so some people can see this video as an ad. I will not tolerate that. Good day everyone, good night everyone. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.